Hi, my name is Torres, and I am the Public Programs Coordinator at Contemporary Arts Museum Houston. Welcome to another CAM Connects. Today, I'm speaking with Outspoken Bean. I'm very excited. Thank you for joining us today, Bean. Outspoken Bean is a performance poet, a writer, mentor, entertainer, and educator, and the founder of Plus Fest, which is the Everything Plus Poetry Festival. Bean uses poetry in collaboration with other performance genres, as well as in partnership with other institutions. And I'm so excited that we get to check in with him today. So thanks for joining me, Bean.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good. So let's go ahead and dive right in. One of the things I've been really enjoying about watching your work during this pandemic is that you've really remained creatively active. So can you tell us just about what you've been up to?
Yeah. So fortunately, I still have my job with writers in schools, but what I've also had the opportunity to do is create new work and also to create a new medium for my work to be consumed in. So, you know, I've always done 5-minute poems where I would write poems in 5 minutes and stuff. And I would take pictures of all of them. I was like, well, I have all of these. So I decided to create a coloring book from that where it's deciphered on one side, coloring on the other. So I'm going to be releasing that pretty soon. And then also having the opportunity to still get booked in to perform. And I'm also in tandem with my coloring book. I have a one-man show will be performed at Stages Repertory Theater at the end of next month. And so these two things have been helping me stay creative towards a common goal, if you will.
Yeah. Has it been hard to be creative during these times for you?
Yeah, extremely, because, you know, it's when the rest of I kind of operate where if there's a steady stream, then I'm like, all right, well, that's steady. I'll come in and out as need be. I'm not used to that not being steady because I'm not steady. I'm like, no, you got to be steady, right? And I'm talking about like the economics and stuff. And so, you know, there's times of like, oh man, like Groundhog Day is the movie. That's the reference I hear the most. But it is a lot like that in the sense of like, man, I need something constant so that way I can operate and work with it.
Yeah. So I know you said that you were still been busy with writers in the schools, and
yes,
the many years, one of my favorite things about watching your work is actually also how you use your work to mentor others. So mentoring both emerging and professional artists as well as youth. So I'd love if you spoke a bit about just anything you may be doing during this time or preparing for.
Yeah, sure. So Writers in the Schools, Metaphor Houston, which was a program that brought me to Writers in the Schools. You know, we still had our youth poetry slam team. Like before the pandemic, we were building our team for 2020, 2021. We were building that team to go to competition, but we didn't finish the competition. We didn't finish our competition, which selected the young people. And we didn't think it would be fair for some of the people to be virtual, the others not to be. It was just a mess. And so we wind up, but we were still getting calls for events. We were still getting calls for events like over the summer. So I've been working with the team from last year. And these young people really stepped up. And it gave me a sense of focus, because usually in the summer, I'm with Metaphor Houston all day, every day. I'm working with them 3 to 4 hours a day out of the office, and I wasn't working as much to that extent with them. But I was definitely working with them and getting them prepared for these different performances and a different kind of role and mentorship. And it's helped me a lot too, because it's giving me something I don't want to say it's purpose, but there's purpose in that, in working with them. So that's been really
That's
dope.
awesome. And that actually makes me realize we're almost kind of at the end of our summer, right? As we're all preparing.
Oh my gosh.
Working with the kids. So is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up?
I have a display of what my coloring book will look like. It's called Color Outside the Lines. And it's a lot like this. You know, by the time this interview comes out, the book will be available on my website, outspokenbean.com. I'm really excited about it. This is something, again, I've been working on. I took a break from it for a little bit and then jumped right back into it. This part where you can write your own 5-minute poem. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
So, did you say earlier in our chat that during this pandemic it really pushed you to complete this because you had actually started it before, or was
well, I was planning on releasing it. I didn't do Plus Fest this year. I was planning on the release party for this book to be for Plus Fest, and then the pandemic happened, and then I got sad, and then the artist I was working with, who was going to do the illustrations, that fell through. It was a lot of things that happened that didn't work in my favor, and so but then I was like, you know what, I need to finish this, and I just got to it. Yeah, so the pandemic, I mean, it gave me time, but sometimes, I mean, time is good, but time is also better when, for me, there needs to be a goal, right? There needs to be a limit. It needs to be a cap. And unfortunately, there's no cap. So I had to create my caps. I had to create my cap space and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because if not, I'll just be watching HBO all day.
I feel it. So if you have time, I'd love for you to perform for us.
Yes. This poem is an older poem, but it means a lot to me right now. And it's short, so I'll do two. I can do two. Yeah. It's Mass Falls at 120 miles per hour and you're faster than a speeding bullet. Then, essentially, you catching me while I'm falling will do more harm than help. So Superman, don't save me. Let me fall. Let the wind massage my skin. Let gravity do its job, because I know for a man, your stature and responsibility, the request I'm asking of you is extremely hard, but sometimes as humans, we have to make mistakes. Sometimes as humans, we have to hit brick walls. Sometimes as humans, we can be on top of the Empire State, arms stretched wide, believing that we can fly, and then we are reminded to fall, because as humans, that's the only way we can learn to get up, then rise. So Superman, don't save me, let me. Yeah, that's it. And I think this one is, this poem is, I think it's going to be appropriate because it makes me feel better. And I want you to feel better. I want all of us to. This book is so big and it's so cumbersome. Where is it?
I love the size though, especially as we think about how we're working from home, and especially with kids working from home, it's a perfect book to just kind of lay out to and draw and write.
Yeah, it is. It won't be this size. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but it is. You're right. And this is a coloring book more for adults. All right, this poem is called Golden Sue Ann 2 Icon. The absolute lessons I've learned from Betty White is that we are not caged by our age. That this human form can and has to demand life. Life is more than just existing and witnessing day to night, but it's a kaleidoscope in each personality, a color overlapping for the better. What is best prism light that has the best Betty White effect? Yeah. Definitely. Thank you, Yet, for having me and having me be a part of this.
It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
Y'all should do these more often.
We do them twice a month now.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm happy I was part of it.
Yeah, me too. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm easy to be found. I'm at Outspoken Bean, everything, outspokenbean.com.
Awesome. Any closing words?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.